Just a quick overnight, Marissa said, zipping the carry-on she'd bought the week we got married. Regional managers retreat. Boring PowerPoints, bad coffee, back by Sunday lunch. I kissed her forehead, tasted the lie in her perfume. Something citrusy I didn't recognize. Drive safe. I told the woman who'd once asked me to text when I reached the end of our street. She left at 4. The garage door rattled down like a curtain on the first act of a play. I suddenly wasn't sure had a second that I spent the evening grading essays, phone on silent, the way she liked. At 9:17 p.m. it buzzed. Her name, a photo attachment. I opened it without thinking, assuming she'd forgotten to mention the hotel lobby or the complimentary slippers. The image loaded. A king-size bed, champagne bucket, 2 flutes. And a man's hand, definitely not mine, resting on the fold of the sheet, wedding ring conspicuously absent. Below the photo, a message bubble she'd clearly meant for someone else. Marissa, forward this to him. He needs visuals to believe I'm finally free tonight. My pulse detonated. I read it again, then a third time, waiting for the words to rearrange themselves into something innocuous. They wouldn't. I stared at the hand. Tanned, a thin scar across the knuckles, sleeve of a navy sweater pushed up just enough to reveal a compass tattoo. I knew that tattoo. Knew that sweater. Knew the way the hotel lamp cast shadows exactly like that, because I'd sat across from both at last year's office Christmas party. Leo, her work husband. The joke that had stopped being funny around midnight when he toasted her irresistible spark. The phone vibrated again. Another text, this one meant for me, panic-stitched between letters. Marissa, ignore that. Wrong chat. Delete, please. Love you. I didn't answer. I set the phone face down, walked to the kitchen, poured water, drank, poured again. My reflection in the window looked like a stranger who'd borrowed my face for the evening. An hour later she called. I let it ring. She texted, please pick up. I stared until the screen went dark. At midnight I opened our laptop, clicked the shared cloud album we hadn't touched in months. There they were, dozens of photos she'd forgotten synced. Leo's hand on her knee under a conference table, selfies in a rental car, the two of them silhouetted against a lake sunset I'd asked her to visit with me someday. Each image time-stamped during late meetings, team dinners, overnight strategy offsites. The same dates I'd cooked solo, watched our shows solo, fallen asleep solo. I closed the laptop, felt the house tilt. Morning brought fog and a kind of hollow clarity. I packed a bag, clothes, toothbrush, the framed photo of us at Niagara Falls. I left the ring on the kitchen counter beside her house key. She arrived at noon, just like she'd promised, cheeks flushed, Starbucks cup trembling in her hand. She saw the ring, saw the bag, saw my face. I can explain, she whispered. You already did, I said. You just didn't send it to the right address. She cried, gulping, messy, the way she'd cried when her father died. I waited until the sound became white noise, then walked past her, past the garage that smelled of her citrus lie, past the future we'd sketched in shared notebooks, now stacked like evidence that I drove without destination, playlist off, windows down. Somewhere on the interstate I deleted the photo, deleted the thread, deleted 8 years of contact photos. But I knew forgetting would take longer than deleting. Some forwards can't be unsent. Some receipts can't be returned. Yet somewhere ahead the road kept rolling, empty, honest, finally mine to follow.